Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of my career mode. So we're just going to start off here by choosing the pro career, which means that we're not able to do any restarts during the races. And just jumping in here, we can see that we have a few of the race options and just an explanation of how the pro career mode works. And we are going to ride with the pro physics and without any help at all. And now we can choose which class we want to participate in and start our career with. And we're of course going to go with the Red Bull Rookies Cup and work our way up, as this is going to be an episode where we're going to follow our rider, and we're gonna start in the Rookies Cup and go through all of the classes until we're eventually going to go into the MotoGP class. So going just through the rider settings here, we're just gonna see that we're just checking that we have everything turned off and we have the pro physics, and we're gonna start off by having the AI on 100%, and we're just gonna see how that works out, and maybe we're gonna change that eventually. And going into the weekend here, we're just selecting and just looking over the different race weekends. And I guess we have 7 different races throughout the whole year. And we're just gonna go for the first practice and qualifying and race. And we're skipping practice 2 and 3 and also warm up. So going into the session here, we can see that there is a lot of rain, so very difficult conditions, and I'm just going to show you my first practice lap here, as that was everything that I did in practice. I have the standard setup and everything. Going into the first corner here, I'm going a little bit wide, and as I mentioned, it was a very difficult conditions, so it was just difficult to get used to during the first few laps. And I'm also turning down the traction control and putting that to 0. And we can see here that we're fastest in the first section here, and going down the long main straight, or the back straight I should say. It's really important to carry the momentum through there. And also during this hairpin, it's a really difficult corner, which will bring some very interesting results during the race. And now we're pretty much halfway through the lap, and a little bit more. And it seems like we have quite good pace here compared to our opponents, as we are closing in on the rider in front of us. And now we're just going through the last corners here, a very fast section, which is really easy to mess up. Going very deep into that corner, but we're maintaining the speed, and we're getting quite a good exit here. So now we're starting our qualifying lap. We're catching up to the rider in front of us here. Let's just hope it's not in the way. Yeah, we're just going for the inside here. As we'll see, Noguchi going for the fastest lap of 2 minutes 4.5. And we don't have any traction control on still, so it's still turned off as we go 1.4 seconds up in the first sector, which really indicates that we're we're having a lot of pace this weekend. And with these bikes, it's just all about maintaining corner speed and also braking early into the corners and just bringing the momentum throughout the corner and getting good exits. Yeah, so we have two red sectors here, which means that we're fastest in both of them, as we're going a little bit wide there. And we're also catching up to the rider in front. It seems like we're always catching up to the riders in this section. Yeah, we're 1.7 seconds up now on the new best time, which is set by Salvador. Going for the inside there was a bit of a cheeky move, but we were so much faster there. As we clipped the curb there, you can see that it sent us wide. And we definitely lost a few tenths there. Going a bit deep into the last corner, which is very easy. I think that was due to me turning in way too early. Yeah, we're doing a 1.59, which also put us on pole. So we're starting on pole now. As the lights go out now. Yeah, you can see that we missed the start there. I don't really know what happened. I just tried to restart the race just because it just didn't want to let me go. But as we have the pro difficulty on, we can't do that. So we're just starting last. And I also forgot to change the tires before the race, as that is a new feature for 2019 that you have to change your tires manually. And as this was one of the first races I did on the game, I just forgot about it. So that's why we're starting with quite worn tires here. And yeah, you can see we're catching the field really quickly, and we're going past pretty much half the field during the first sector. And I think this difficulty level is a bit too easy for us, so we might just gotta bump it up for the next race. But then we see that they are making moves, so that's still interesting to see, as they were very slow out of the corner there. So we passed like 5 riders there, and now we're up to P9, and that is just after a few corners. Okay, so we're closing in on the first lap here, and something that I didn't really pay attention to was the tire wear, and let's just see how that turns out during the race. In MotoGP 2019, it's much more important to pay attention to your tire wear and not stress them too much and overheat them, because that will make you struggle throughout the race. Yeah, as you can see, they were struggling with the exit of the last corner, slipstreaming down the main straight. And we're going for a move here into turn 1, as we were not quite there. We were a little bit too late. And now it almost seems like they picked up the pace. So yeah, as I have 3 riders in front of me, we can see that there is a little bit of a lead to the 3 leading riders. So at this moment I just thought that I just had to get past the riders so I can hopefully pull in the gap, which was increasing by quite a lot. So now they have at least a second and a half. Yeah, so they are 2.6 in front of us. As you can see, I'm really starting to struggle with the tires here. And this was 2 laps later when I catched up to, or almost catched up to the pack. You can see on the tire wear at the bottom right that were very worn tires here, as I really start to feel at this point that the tires were not optimal at all, and I really struggle with the tires during pretty much all turn-ins. I were having wobbles mid-turn and also sometimes during turn-in. So you can see here, I'm just trying to push everything I can just to stay with the 3 liters. Yeah, here you can really see through the last corner here that when I'm turning in, it just don't want to stick at all, and I don't have any grip at all. So at this point, I just thought that, okay, I just have to safe it. So I just tried to be a little bit careful here. Even when I tried to be careful, I struggle with the tires. And yeah, that was basically the race from this point. I was just riding carefully, and I had a massive gap to the group behind me. And here we can really see just how slow I was throughout the last few laps of the race. So yeah, that was P4 for our debut, which I think was quite alright. If I just had kept better control over my tires and just making sure that I didn't start on used tires, I think it would be a lot better. So the pace is definitely there. No worries about that. Yeah, you can see that the pit crew is also happy, which is a good thing to see. That was everything for this video, and yeah, I hope you're looking forward to the next race, which will be in Aston. Thank you so much for watching.